What is the secret to success? To first know the secret to success, first you have to understand what success is. And that word success is a very funny word. It's been one that's been changing as the years go on, as the generations proceed, one after the next. And there's several catalysts today that are redefining what this word success is. First, I would like to dedicate this class to my very good friends, Moshe Aryeh ben Leah. You should have a refuah shlema min hashamayim, a complete healing from heaven. And as we'll discuss, what does it mean to be healed? It means to be aligned, to align our lives with God. When we align our lives with God, then everything else resolves itself. Health, wealth, money, and everything, as long as we have that laser focus and our life is aligned. So that's the first lesson. If you want to know what is the secret to success, how to win at life, so of course that means that we have to align our lives with God. So we're going to see what that means. What that means to align. So God is doing it for us. There's many catalysts that you could say that are methods of divine orchestration, of how God is orchestrating the world in order that we should be more aligned. And one of those catalysts is AI. So in the past, you could say, what's a successful person? Maybe it's someone who makes a lot of money, who sells a lot of stuff, who has a lot of clients, a lot of business dealings, a lot of sell goods and wares and so forth. A lot of transactions. But today, if you have a profession, what are you thinking about? Maybe AI can do this profession. Maybe today, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years. But it's something that we think about, right? So that thought is not meant to, depress us. That thought is meant to is a springboard to help us. And so what do the main AI proponents say? As they were embarking on a new era, an age of human achievement and creativity and endeavor. Sounds all very nice, but practically speaking, what does that mean? What am I going to occupy myself with? What is my life going to be filled with and consist of? So what is success? What does it mean to win at life? It means transitioning from that stage when we think that we need to sell a lot of stuff, make a lot of money, to seeing what the real commodity of life is. It's redefining the commodity of life. And there's some very, very good examples for this. For instance, on YouTube, what's a very common, popular thing now is that you have people that walk up to strangers. They walk up and they give them money. Maybe they see that they could use it, they could benefit from it, whatever the situation is, and they give them money. And these videos get lots of views, right? This is a very, very popular thing. But what's even better is when the person gives, but he's not expecting to get subscribers and followers. Why does he give? Because he's a good person. Because at our core, humanity we're good. Sure, there's evil in the world. But our job is to bring out the goodness of humanity. We fight against evil also, but to bring out that goodness through acts of kindness. So, for instance, is a very good example of this. There was a person who was involved in vending. He was a vendor of a card game, and he went to conventions, and he traded, and he sold, and he started a YouTube channel and social media channels. But when did he see that he really got views and subscribers, people that wanted to come and see him day after day, week after week? Is when he started to give away cards to kids. But it doesn't make any sense. He's a vendor. He's there to make money. But he sees a kid, and he's like, you know what, kid? You know what? Here, you can have it. Really? I can have it? Yes, you can have it. And the more he gave, the more donations he received. To the point where now he just celebrated a million subscribers. And what does he do primarily now at conventions? If he were to sell, maybe he could see a few dozen people. It takes longer to sell. Because you have people, you have to see their cards, they see your cards, you have to price things out, you trade, where you see how much the money, what the current price of the market is for these cards. But instead, if you do what's called a meet and greets, then you're able to see a lot more people. So what's the real commodity here? What's the real fuel, the real flow of this, the commerce, the currency? We're dealing with interactions with people. And the cards are just an excuse for people to get together. Like, you have so many people that started trading and collecting this game just so they could feel like they have a connection with this person, because he's so nice. He's so nice to everyone. You have people donating to this person and donating to his causes, like a children's hospital recently, just so they could feel like they are also manifesting, realizing their goodness. You have a very good example of this in the Jewish world. So for years, the Lubavitcher Rebbe would see people on Sundays. It's called Sunday dollars. And he would stand sometimes 5, 6, 7 hours until he was 89 years old, giving dollars to people. So is it about the dollars? Do people travel from around the world so they can get a dollar? Presumably the airplane cost and the taxi costs and the gas cost and the tolls was a lot more than $1. The time off work, and it adds up. Why do people come? The dollars were an excuse, just like with this vendor. The cards are an excuse. The dollars were an excuse for the Rebbe to give people a blessing, to remind them about that God loves them, God cares about them. Anything you want, God will answer you. And so the dollar is something tangible. It's a tangible reminder, not only that God loves us, but of blessing, of the potential to reveal blessing in this world, in our lives and in the lives of others. And what do people do when they receive those dollars? Well, they wanted to keep that dollar, right? Because that came from the Rebbe, this holy person, this tzaddik, this righteous person. So they gave another dollar to tzedakah, to charity. They went outside 770 Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn, and they gave another dollar to charity. To someone, there was people collecting dollars outside the building. So a lot of good resulted from this, right? Like this vendor who just had a meet and greet, and he raised thousands of dollars for a children's hospital. People donated hundreds of dollars worth of cards for children. There was a table with a stack of boxes and cards for children. So that's great. That's wonderful. It's an amazing thing. It has nothing to do with the cards. Cards are just an excuse. It could be anything. There's any placeholder. For the Rebbe, it was a $1 bill. For this vendor, it's these cards. Whatever it takes. And this is something very good to keep in mind when we're involved in business. It's about the people that we meet. It's about the interactions. That's the real currency. So God is blessing you with your income, with your ability to pay the bills, to feed your family. But what's the goal ultimately is all about benefiting others. Right? That the fact that dollar that a person received from the Rebbe ultimately benefited someone else, $1 for someone else. That the people coming to see this vendor and smile with him and take pictures with him, they're donating cards to give to other kids, to give to others. They're donating money to give. That something good should come out of that interaction between two people that benefits a third person, that benefits the world, that shines light to the world, that reveals the goodness of the world, that reveals the goodness of all of us, of humanity. And so, what is going on here? Why does a person come from afar, from thousands of miles away or wherever? For instance, like in Sunday Dollars, to see the Lubavitcher Rebbe. What's going on here? So what's the true measure of success? Is that either first you see yourself on the receiving end. They want to come receive a $1 from the Rebbe. They want to receive a blessing. Because they know that in order to achieve success in life, they have to first and foremost have mentors, spiritual mentors and teachers, people that are going to help them align with God. But then what happens after that? The fact that person that received the $1 then gives another $1 to someone else, that means that they're in a mentorship position, they're in a helping position to someone else. Immediately, that's the lesson here, is that once you give, once you receive, when someone has helped you, then you pay it forward, you give it to someone else. And that's how you have cascading kindness throughout the entire world. We learned this from Abraham, that he welcomed people into his tent, nomads in the desert. People came, he gave them water to wash off and food to eat. And afterwards, when they said, okay, what's the payment? He's like, that my desire is only that you thank God. And they say, which God? He said, there's only one God. Right? So he promoted monotheism throughout the world, and he did it one person at a time. He wasn't there, it wasn't a restaurant in the sense that it was for the sake of making money off of selling food. It was a restaurant in the fact that he served food, and he always had people there, people coming at all hours. But that was just an excuse in order to teach people about God. Just like the dollars were an excuse on Sunday Dollars to teach people that God loves them, and whatever you want, God will answer you. You need just but align your lives with God. That's it. And so this vendor, that's the message here, is that you need, the commerce is just the fuel in order to get people, in order to foster these interactions between people. So for the vendor, people started collecting this card game because they wanted to feel connected to this vendor, because they wanted to feel connected to the good of humanity. With the Lubavitcher Rebbe, once you've received $1 from the Rebbe, once you've given $1 from the Rebbe, so it's wonderful to give charity, but that's the start of the potential to become a teacher to someone else. So how do you connect with the Rebbe? So maybe it was for people that traveling thousands of miles at some Sunday dollars. But on a daily basis, what does that mean? It means to study his Torah, to study his teachings. His Bible study, his Torah teachings. And then to give over those teachings to others. But to make it your own, and to internalize it and to give it over, to inspire someone else. So you can help someone with charity, you can help someone with teachings, by mentoring, by coaching, whatever it takes. Just being there for someone else. And to realize that if someone's coming for thousands of miles to see you, or someone's coming from around the block to see you, then your entire focus is on them at that very moment. So now with technology, we're able to do so much good, right? How many people was the Rebbe able to see in a Sunday? Standing for 5, 6, 7 hours or more until he was 89 years old, handing dollar after dollar after dollar to thousands of people. Thousands of people. But there's millions, there's billions of people in the world. How do you reach that many people? You make a video. But what's going to get those millions of views? It's the same thing. It's the same formula. When you're showing people that it's not the cards, not the dollars, it's not the commerce. It's the interactions. It's not some rare, unique, special card. It's the rare preciousness of each person and each soul that comes to you. Each interaction that comes your way. And so that's the true measure of success. That's the true secret of success. So as we come to Rosh Hashanah, to the new year, it's about seeing things in a new way. We may think success is one thing, but view it like a child views it. View it like you're thinking about the word for the first time. Like these proponents of AI are saying, you have to be creative, but you also have to learn how to learn. You have to know how to learn throughout your life. And even this word success that you think you've known for years or decades, look at it truly for the first time. Look at the world of commerce for the first time. Look at your life goals and aspirations, like you're looking at it again for the first time. And make a plan for the coming year, a new plan, a good plan, to reveal the goodness and the kindness of all of creation through, first and foremost, performing acts of kindness for others. Again, through charity, through donations, but also donating your time. Being caring and compassionate. If someone comes to you, to listen to them and see how you could help. You have to learn how to learn, which is learn how to listen both, and learn what that person is asking, truly asking from you. Are they looking for some card from you? Are they looking for some product that you're selling? Or are they looking to connect with you? Sunday dollars is not about dollars. It was about interacting with this righteous person, this holy person, the Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe. But each of us in our lives, we have a lot of interactions. And there's a lot of excuses for those interactions, a lot of catalysts for those interactions. But to know that the real reason behind all of that is to see not the product, not whatever to be gained monetarily or what have you from that interaction, but of the meeting of souls. the meeting of two people. And from there, through manifesting and kindness, through performing acts of kindness, through devoting our life pursuit to being there for others, then that will spread like wildfire through the world. And it has, and it is. You can see it. This vendor on YouTube, I say vendor, when he goes to a convention, good luck. Good luck on him actually selling anything. People just want to see him, and then at this point, the more he gives away, the more donations he gets. It's about the interactions. It's about bringing happiness to people. And ultimately, it's about connecting them to God and to helping people to align their lives. Like we said, Sunday Dollars with the Rebbe, that's the best example of something that seems, it's at first, like some type of an act of commerce. But anyone who knows about it knows that it's not. It's called Sunday Dollars as an excuse. It's an excuse to get people together. Because people have something they can say that they received $1 from the Rebbe, but it reminds them of that interaction, of that meeting of soul to soul. So maybe a good and sweet year for everyone, for the entire world, for all of us. Good and fruitful and successful year. And may you be successful in redefining the word success. And a refuah shlema, complete and immediate healing to Moshe Aryeh ben Leah.